If you enjoy collecting, you're in good company. Because surely, in order to be good at something, you have to be passionate about it and almost obsessive in your pursuit for the unusual. I've been collecting a whole host of different items over the years. As a toddler, I used to have one of those bucket hats or fisherman's hats, absolutely covered in nothing but pin back badges, and one of them featured the iconic robot R2-D2. That first 1977 Star Wars film was such a landmark event, spawning a huge range of irresistible toys and general Star Wars merchandise, practically turning a whole generation into collectors overnight. I became what I'd call a serious collector though in my early teenage years, when I started collecting old 1900s trade cards at the local collectors fairs. I'd gone to my first collectors fair event expecting to find coins, but instead I fell in love with a colourful magic carpet of trade cards featuring a seemingly infinite number of subjects. There was also a nicely structured and easy to use price guide giving you a rough indication of their age, which is great when you're just starting out. I didn't really get into postcards until much later, after I realised that some of them were easier to animate than trade cards in my YouTube videos. And then I gradually drifted into early European fantasy postcards. What I really like about fantasy postcards is that some of them seem to predict huge cultural events years in advance, like with the surrealism art movement. It often makes me wonder whether there are still some predictions out there that haven't yet come to pass that I might be able to include in a future video. I definitely think the bizarre imagery, symbolism, metaphors and strange juxtapositions help stimulate the imagination. They've certainly inspired me to come up with ideas for videos that aren't even related to collecting itself. The human mind is a hugely sophisticated pattern recognition machine. When you just randomly put two items together that shouldn't normally go, the subconscious seems to defiantly search for similarities and connections to make sense of their apparent incompatibility, occasionally leading to one of those proverbial light bulb moments. So surely in order to trick the mind into coming up with ingenious ideas, all you need to do is to cram it with as many provocative old ideas, or in this case collectibles, in the most random and logic-defying order possible, so that the creative human mind can do what it does best, linking the unlinkable. Not all of us can afford to build up an infinite cabinet of curiosities though, but I have the solution. Many collectors spend their lives on their collecting passion, and they often become experts in their esoteric interests. And some even take it a stage further by writing a book about it, like some people I know. When you think about it, not just the money, but the colossal amount of time and energy that they spend on their passion, those books are pretty good value, and you can often pick them up quite cheaply at second-hand charity shops or on Amazon. So, as I'm perusing through my collection of books on collecting, perhaps watching a documentary on YouTube or television at the same time to encourage as many unusual connections as possible, perhaps I'll come up with an idea for my next video. And here are a few more videos you might want to click on after you've hopefully rated and commented on this one.